Alright YouTube, back at a second attempt because the first time I recorded this video was about 25 minutes long. I was finishing it up and then kaboom, the camera died. I guess you don't get the battery warnings when you're recording a video. So, here we are. Brand new truck on the slate. If you want to call this thing a slate. This is a 1.9 ECX Barrage from Horizon Hobbies. It's not really a scaler, it's not really a comp, but I made it a scaler. I'm going to go through that. To be honest, this truck is a adequate truck for what it is. I think it would be appealing to a 10-year-old for the fact that it is kind of cool with the body it comes with. I mean, it's not a body I'd appeal to. I mean, it looks like a really bad knockoff to a Suzuki Samurai. It's like a Suzuki Samurai made love to a Jeep, and that's kind of what it came out to be like. This truck, I've already customized it just a hair compared to what it already came with. I'm going to go through the bad, the ugly, and the upgrades on this thing, and then we're going to do a little extra at the end, and then we'll get you guys out of here and not have to hear my ugly voice anymore. So, let's start off with the overall appearance. What have I done? Well, this body on here is not from Horizon Hobbies. It is not from anybody you'd expect, and if the camera would focus, that would be grand. Okay, the body. Might be asking, what the hell is that? Unless you are a Tamiya fan. This is a Tamiya Bigfoot body. It is actually more or less a F350 that has been squished. What the hell? It is more like the Tamiya F350, F150. It's like a wannabe Ford. If you look at the grill, the way I painted it, actually it matches up with the way those 1995 Fords look. Look it up and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It has some major body damage. It took a massive beating on the rocks a couple days ago, I guess. I haven't even noticed that until just now. And the body's all cracked up over here. I don't think this body's got much longer. I think I might have to go buy into the body. Can you focus, Mr. Camera? Jeez Louise, Frank. Well, no matter where I tap the screen, the thing does not want to focus. There we go. I guess that's good enough. I'll just put my hand back here. Alright. So, let's start with... I'm thinking you guys want to hear the good news first, but then there's those people that don't even want to hear any of the news. Let's start with the good news. And then we'll go on to the ugly, and then we'll go on to the... maybe we can discuss the fixes. So this is the 1.9 ECX Barrage kit. Now, don't let that word kit fool you. It is actually a pre-assembled kit. Most of it's already built for you. Wheels and tires came already assembled. The main set of shocks came assembled. You had to put the screws and the retainers on. I actually didn't put the retainers on. I left them off. It gave me a little bit more flex with what I added to it this morning. This truck is only about two days old. I've barely even used it. I got home about 11 o'clock one night and built it, and I was up till about maybe 12:30. So the good about the truck is it's very sturdy. The frame is very tough. It's not a very weak frame at all. Another good thing about this one is it comes with steel links in the kit and steel-ish drive shaft ends. It has steel steering, and then it has the aluminum C-hub upgrade. If my camera wouldn't be stupid, has the aluminum C-hub upgrade down here. Just doesn't have the aluminum steering knuckles, which it needs because mine is actually bent over here because of all the power. If you notice, and you can see through the camera, I get something to point this stuff out. I have this red link here, and then I have my servo is up here. Up here. I can't see this. Ah, there it is. Now usually, if you can tell, there is little posts on the axle down here. This truck is actually an axle, or a servo on axle. It's kind of more of a comp style, but in my opinion, this truck was very scale looking. As long as you don't look through and see the very unscale looking shock hoops. But It's a very complex truck. I took the servo and put it up here. The servo isn't that great. It kind of sucks. It's a really good truck. The tires out of the factory are very pliable. I can flex. I can climb up anything. Actually, let's use the DirecTV remote. When you're going up against something, these tires like to just eat at it. They are a super soft tire. They actually have foams in them. Rumor has it. It feels like there's a foam in there. I'm a no foam kind of guy with where I live. I live in the Rocky Mountains, hence the name Rocky Mountain Hobbies. Up here we got rocks that are about the size of a bowling ball. The rocks that the one-to-one trucks crawl up here are at least about a foot tall. They're huge up here. Another good thing, the motor. The motor's pretty good. It runs, it's got some speed to it. It's got a bit of wheel hop. It's a little 390 series motor. I think it's 390. It is, yep, 390. So a 390 motor is more or less equivalent to a 1/18 scale motor. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing awesome. I'm thinking about putting a 1/18 Castle 5300 kV brushless system in here just to give the truck a little bit of wheel hop, but at the same time, you can't buy any Barrage parts online anymore, so let's just hope my hobby shop here in Montana will actually have it, because I only have 2 hobby shops in Montana out of the 13 some odd counties that we have. Alright, let's get into the ugly about this truck. Steering knuckles are a very pliable plastic. They're not durable. I can actually bend the tires in. The motor is kind of on the bad side too, mainly because it is a 390. It's not a 540. It's not what you get out of an RC 4-wheel drive or an SCX 10. The transmission runs a little odd. It's got a funny little, I don't know, it sounds like an old hot rod. It's got a funny little noise. It kind of puts around a little bit. I think it slips. Drive shafts kind of suck. When you put them on, you gotta really force those suckers on there. Later on as you're driving it, they'll start to finally move, and then your flex will actually clear up a little bit. The shocks. I do have a problem with the shocks. My back shock over here on this side is actually very stiff, so the upgrade that I made actually helps out. If you can tell, it actually takes a little bit to climb back up. Right now, oh, it broke the wife's table. Uh-oh. Well, that's what we get for moving. Haha. Other problems I had with this truck too is, for a kit, I mean, be honest guys, say it's a pre-assembled. On the box it says build it up and tear down the competition. To be honest, what competition are you getting out of this truck? This truck is more than less appealing to a 10-year-old because the fact that the truck is really not that crazy on rocks. Later today I'll post some running footage of it, or whenever I can actually get Wi-Fi back. I have a course built in the backyard where the rocks are pretty intense. They're mainly meant for an SCX-10 2 to kill it, but I didn't get the SCX-10 2. I'd rather actually get this one because I kind of like getting the underdogs. The tires are kind of on the bad side. I mean, they don't really fill up with rocks. They don't really fill up with dirt. But after running them, they start losing their stickiness, and now they're just starting to turn into cotton balls for tires. They're really soft. Now they're starting to get kind of hard because of the fact they're losing their stickiness. They're still pliable. They're still awesome. They don't really catch rocks, though, but magically they do actually slide over rocks. The skid plate on this truck kind of sucks to an extent, mainly because the way... It doesn't really suck, per se, but my main problem with it was the fact is the way it's set up is it's tiny, and with how tiny it is, the rocks like to get stuck on it a lot. But and it's got a bunch of like little tiny catch points for really sharp, jagged rocks here. Because here in Montana we have really sharp, jagged rocks. The motor is kind of exposed down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm not a big fan of that. The motor is a low center of gravity style, but it does hang down a lot. I'm actually waiting for the day that I hit that on a rock or something, and I cause one of these, one of the wires to get chopped off or something. One thing I forgot to mention, the good, is the lights this truck comes with. The lights are actually pretty killer. They are super bright. Let's see if I can plug it in while it's sitting here, because I don't really feel like taking this shell off quite yet. Give me 1 second while I have some kind of camera difficulties. Work, you SOB. It's got a really odd plug. I need to get an adapter so that way I can actually run it. Anybody who's watching this in the dark, please be warned, there is a light warning. Okay, when you fire up the truck, it does make a beep. It beeps at you, letting you know it's alive. But these lights, oh my god, they are bright. As you can tell, my Tamiya Bigfoot body only has one headlight cover, because this used to be my father-in-law's Tamiya Bigfoot. I took the body off and put a Viterra body on there. But right now, this body's on here, so this headlight's a lot brighter than this one is. But and then if we go to the back, it's got taillights that are meant to go, but if you notice, one of these taillights is way brighter than the other. I don't know what happened. Something happened, and something went wrong. If I can get it in there somewhere. Nah, I can't. If you look inside of here, actually, I have, on the shock tower, I have some LED bulbs that are meant for, they're meant for mainly rock lights. Quick demonstration here, I'll give you just a quick one, is the crawling capabilities of this truck are amazing. It does squeal a lot, but it's super torquey. But the nice thing is, if you'll stop running away, the tires mold on top of things. If you notice, it's super torquey. It's not exactly the greatest truck. One of the bad things about the servo is it takes forever to steer unless you lift the body. Now it steers. We have focus camera. Now it steers like crazy right now, but when you put it back down, it doesn't like to steer. So I think it's time to take the high torque servo off the Tamiya Bigfoot and put it on here, because I don't really foresee this hunk of junk ever really turning, and it actually is kind of screwing me up for competitions, mainly because of the fact that on my skill course, this truck has actually failed a couple times. You got to get it driving half the time in order to get that to move. But I think that might be also one of the downsides to building it as a CMS like I did. I've seen a lot of people actually do it where this truck is the axle-on conversion, but the people that do the CMS shift to it, they actually take that off and put a different servo in. Okay, so let's get into the remote and what's kind of included in the kit. The truck is pretty cool. It comes with a little 800 milliamp NIM speed pack. It's a shorty. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll show you guys what I did for the CMS conversion in a second. Let's dive into the remote. They claim it's Spectrum. I don't think Spectrum comes with the kit. I think Spectrum comes with the RTR. Mind you, though, if you get the RTR, you get all the plastic hubbub. You don't get any of the metal upgrades. The truck is upgraded to a free extent right now, minus the small things I did. So in the box, you get this little dinky remote. Pretty cool. It's got a really crummy rubberized steering wheel. When your fingers get sweaty, actually this thing gets really slippery. All of your controls are within this panel back here, just like what would we think? RC 4-wheel drive. It's a little 2.4 gigahertz 4-channel. You can't choose any of the channels. It's just the way it's listed. In the box, you get hardware, and you get all your screwdrivers. So you've got this one that comes with it. All the paint's already been ripped off. It's already stripped because of the fact that it can't do anything. You got one of the Allen wrenches back here. One of the bigger ones. It's nothing crazy. And then you got a smaller one. It is pretty much everything you need to build a truck. It even comes with a little cross wrench. This cross wrench, no offense, Horizon, but it sucks. I've stripped out this one actually from the bolts on here because it's plastic. It's not even Delrin, it's not even ABS. To me, it's like a styrene sheet. It's really cheapo plastic. Let's dive into the box. Oh, super glue overboard. Well, no matter where I put this flipping truck, it's going to be in the way. Oh no. Will nothing work today? Okay, let's get the box. In the box, there's a reason why I'm getting it out. Okay, so, now, this is the 1.9 ECX Barrage kit. More like pre-assembled. It is made by Horizon Hobbies. It is probably one of their better trucks they've built. Yet again, their comp trucks are pretty good too. So, I got the box out not mainly to describe what's in here, but to talk about what I have still in the box. So if you're interested and you have a small truck like a 10-inch wheelbase, or you're just looking for something to put on an AX10 or some kind of comp crawler like a low C rock crawler or an HPI Wheelie King, I am selling the body. The stickers are included. They are right here. They're just missing some of the small ones because I have them on my truck. They just say Falcon for the tires and ECX for the truck. The wheels and tires will be for sale here soon because I have a really nice set of Pitbull Growlers 1.9 Alien Comp coming on for the truck. And then the bumpers are for sale. Never going to use them. Never liked them. Never will. The body does have the window masks. So if you're interested in any of those, please comment down below. Let me know. I don't get a lot of viewers as it is. My channel kind of sucks, to be honest. So they'll probably be on there for a while. But I'll make a comment letting you know if they do sell. Leave me like your Facebook name if you want to, or leave me an email if you're interested, and we'll talk about the price or maybe even a trade. I do need a new servo for this truck. I need something high torque because the servo sucks. The servo slips. I'm starting to think that they sold me a servo that had stripped out gears. So, okay, now it is shout out time, mainly because I like to give a little bit of a shout out because my channel has no viewers at all. It's not a really good channel. I've been inactive for months because I was finishing college and I was finishing job service, I was finishing everything in the world. If you notice up here on the fender, those are the stickers that are not available with the truck. Okay, shout out time. So, within the state of Montana, I can no longer shout out Hobbytown because Hobbytown sold themselves out to a shoe company here in Montana, which in my opinion is really stupid because they had a lot of business and I think they let like 10 or 20 employees go. So now all we have now is my favorite hobby shop in Montana, which is the Treasure Chest Crafts and Hobbies. They sell RC trucks. This is where I got the Barrage. I paid $180 for it. They took $10 off. It was $190. Then I paid. I've got a layaway going for my tires, the winch controller, and then some new wheels too with the tires, and then some wheel weights and some small scale accessories. Then another shout out goes, well actually here, the treasure chest, let's talk about that just a wee bit more. The treasure chest, they have beads, they have HO to O to N scale train stuff, they have model kits, they have dollhouse stuff. They've pretty much got a lot of things. They've even got rare earth magnets, which are hard to find in Montana. Then the next place, as weird as this might sound, is Blue Ribbon Auto Body. They have a little hobby shop of their own where they sell trucks. They're slightly overpriced, but they're worth it because they get a lot of the more name brands. They get a lot of the higher base stuff. But in my opinion, I'd rather go through the treasure chest because the one guy there, his name is Bob. He knows a ton about these trucks. He knows a lot. He's getting into the crawlers, so he's been learning a lot, and he's got a Barrage too. I plan on trying to go crawl with him one day. His has actually got the stock body on there and everything. The body that I want to sell to you guys actually is still in the plastic. I tore a little hole for the body post. That was it. And then next shout out goes to Tandem C Television on YouTube. He is one of the main YouTubers that I watch. He does a lot of scale rock crawling, more scale than this, like scale interiors and scale this and that. He's actually got a scale shop that is totally BA. he does like a shop talk. He's got more of like a actual system for what he does. It's a pretty cool system. He does a lot of I build this, where he does like I think he did a puzzle once, and then he did a painting. I don't remember exactly what they were. He did some 3D printed stuff. I think he made a skateboard at one point. I think honestly, if you're watching, my friend, you know I've contacted you a bit about some business inquiries. Actually, what I'm inquiring about is I need to, low budget wise, I'm trying to build a roof rack for this truck and a scale interior. I have some 080 grade for the interior, or it's .080. It's fairly thick plastic. I was going to build a bumper, but my tires stick out in front of the truck, so I can actually go up to like a refrigerator and crawl straight up it now. But if you're listening, I'm trying to get some help just doing a scale interior and trying to give you a shout out, mainly because of the fact that my channel's dead and I don't really have any people that watch me anymore. I've been trying to get shout outs from everybody else on YouTube, but nobody really likes my channel anymore. I used to do I used to do 125th scale model kits, but to me those are kind of getting old. It's time to move on to something way bigger and way worth the money. I spent about $190 on this truck, or $195, because I bought the truck itself, and then I bought a 080 grade piece of styrene, and then I bought a, what grade is this one? This one was like a 020 grade. It's pretty thin. And then I got a piece of clear. It's a piece of clear 0.015, and then I got some of these 1 1/4 or 1 1/4 of an inch tubing. Just some small tubing I'm going to use to make a tube bumper for this thing, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm going to jump off the YouTube here, mainly because of the fact that we are running up to 23 minutes and counting. Next video, I'm going to go more into depth on how I built my suspension. If you guys want to see the build videos, they failed because my camera failed, like usual, you stupid camera. If you guys want to see those, let me know. They are time lapses. They're not a complete build series. The next truck I get, I can't do a build series either because I'm hiring someone to build me that one, because that one is custom chassis, custom body. So it's all up to you guys what you want to see. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see the truck being built. Let me know if there's something that you want to know about the truck that you haven't seen that I forgot to mention. Other than that, though, stick around for some running videos of this truck on my tiny scale course, and we'll go from there. Alright, thanks YouTube for watching. Please like and subscribe if I'm worth it. Comment below if you got any questions. Other than that, you have a nice day, and please check out Tandem C Television on YouTube. You'll have a great time. Thank you, folks, and you have a nice day. Bye-bye.